Hi, I'm Delane Cleveland, and in an effort to help limit the spread of COVID-19, we are no longer taping a daily newscast here at our station in Brooklyn Park. Instead, we're bringing the news to you online every day at our website, ccxmedia.org. Here are a few of the stories that we put together that showcase how people are adapting to this new, albeit temporary, way of life.
I'm Eric Nelson for CCX News, and welcome to segment one of our series titled Policing in a Pandemic. There is no doubt that COVID-19 has been a game changer for those involved in law enforcement. We talked to several chiefs from our viewing area and asked them just how different their job now is.
What we've really been trying to do is to stay on top of understanding the most current information. What PPEs do we use? When do we use them? Do you have a mask on all the time? Do you have a mask on some of the time? So really a major focus for us has been trying to figure out what the best and newest information is to make sure that all of our officers have all of the tools and all of the information that they could in order to do the job effectively.
We had to reassess our primary function, which is responding to 911 calls, real crises in progress. And that's just something that there's no other police that are going to be responding when people call 911. And we really had to make sure that we're committed to having staff to do that work no matter what, 24 hours a day. So we really wanted to look at our staffing model and make sure that we could uphold our responsibility to respond to 911 calls.
We are in the North Planning Group for Emergency Management, and all of the law enforcement agencies have gotten together, and we have come up with a plan if this were to hit any of our agencies too hard, that we'd be able to lean on each other to coordinate law enforcement services and keep moving on and answering 911 calls and getting to where we need to be. The other sacrifice our officers are making is there's no time off. So we're fully staffed working with our full-time officers. We're not using part-time officers currently. And we're just, these men and women of this police department are putting a lot on the line, not being home with their families, not being able to do anything or take time off to get away from work. They're just putting in their days that they're scheduled.
The first couple weeks of this, we felt like our calls for service were down. We were seeing less things as people settled in and stayed in their house and tried to figure out what this was. People were scared to leave the house again. Now, as this thing evolves, people are coming out of the house more. And so I would say that our actual calls for service actually have gone up in the last couple of weeks from what our norm would be about this time.
We're more focusing on more violent offenses, making sure domestics are going up. So we're trying to mitigate that. We have a little small spike in overdoses. So what we're doing is, we have to still police and do what sheriff's deputies do every day, plus this pandemic.
And we're learning things have changed regarding crime. Specifically, burglaries are almost non-existent, and we believe that's because people are just home, and so there's not many opportunities for people to break into your house when you're there 24 hours a day. But we have seen other crimes, such as shoplifting, be on the rise. Domestics, specifically some violent domestics, are on the rise, and that's probably also due to people being home. So we're trying to keep up with what the demands of our community are.
Coming up in segment two of Policing in a Pandemic, we will ask the chiefs if their officers are easing up on enforcing minor infractions during the pandemic. I'm Eric Nelson reporting for CCX News.
Hi everyone, I'm Pafua Yang. If you're someone who uses face masks all day long, well, it's likely that the back of your ear might start to feel raw or discomfort. But Brooklyn Park resident Jasmine Darden here, she's hoping to solve that problem. Hi Jasmine, thank you for being here.
Hi, thank you for having me.
Jasmine, can you tell us what you're doing to help people who use face masks?
Right, yeah, so I saw that there was discomfort behind the ears. And I have a bunch of 3D printers here, so I knew it was my time to help out. So I designed my own ear saver. I went through a couple different iterations, and at about the third design, I decided to add the I am words on there, because why not add a little light during this time of kind of darkness? And so I posted it on Facebook thinking that it would just be friends and family contacting me, and it's gone absolutely viral. I have over 250 orders since just late last week, so it's been great.
Now, was this your idea or did you get it from somewhere else?
Yeah, so I saw in the 3D printing community that other people were making ear savers, and the ones that they were making were too big to fit on my printer. So I had to make my own design, and then that's where it kind of came from. So I designed my own ones, and then I added the I am words for the, positive thinking.
Can you explain more about what the I am words are?
Sure. So about 2 years ago, I started listening to I am affirmations on YouTube. And it's just I am positive words. So start your morning off by saying, like, I am positive, I am alive, I am, vibrant, I'm happy, I'm smart. And my days just started getting a lot better. And so I made t-shirts, like you see my t-shirt here. I made canvases, I have coffee mugs, hats. And that's kind of been just what I've been doing for the last couple years. And then when the when the ear savers came, then I decided to put the I am words on there too.
Yeah, you touched a bit on this already, but why is this something important for you to do?
Yeah, I have 22 printers downstairs, and for the whole time that we've been quarantined, they've kind of just been sitting. Normally I do a lot of youth outreach and go into schools, and since all that's been closed down, they've just been, collecting dust. And so when I saw the ear savers, I was like, this is my time to help. And I just dove right in with it.
All right. Why do you have 22 printers downstairs?
That is a great question. I have 22 printers because I do a lot of youth outreach. So I bring the printers into schools. And the printers are pretty small, so I can pack them all in my truck and go into a school that maybe doesn't have 3D printers and do youth outreach projects.
Okay. Anything else you would like to add?
Just want to say thanks to the whole maker community. So the 3D printing community has absolutely stepped up during this time. All the crafters and the sewers that are making the cotton masks and donating them to people in the community or hospitals, fire departments, police departments. Thank you to everyone who's just stepped up during this time.
Okay, thank you so much, Jasmine.
Thank you.
And all the ear protectors are donated. Jasmine collects monetary donations to cover the cost. If you'd like to order some, we'll have a link on ccxmedia.org. For now, reporting in Brooklyn Park, Pafu Yang, CCX News.
Find more local news stories at ccxmedia.org and follow us on social media.